you've been thinking about a new Rivian R1S or R1T, like this one of the great features is this massive panoramic sunroof. In fact, in the R1S, it's pretty big. It's actually two pieces of glass, one for the front and one for the back. So if you hop inside here, you'll see we get a lot of light. And we happen to be having the dynamic glass option here. So if I were to kind of flick it over, you'll see that'll frost itself up, which is pretty nice. But if I put my hand here, when I got the sun on the glass roof here, this panel still gets very hot. And even with this electrochromatic coating frosted over, there's still a pretty decent amount of light and heat that gets into the cabin. And if you don't have this option and you're looking at your kind of roof like this most of the time, even though it's tinted, I mean, the amount of light and heat you can get, particularly in a warm climate like in Arizona or Texas or Florida or Louisiana, Alabama, places like that, gets to be pretty overwhelming. It's one of the reasons why even here in New Jersey we went with the very light Ocean Coast interior, which certainly has the lighter headlining and everything else to try and keep some light and heat out of the cabin. But one of the things that Tesla and a lot of other folks have available for their panoramic roofs that so far Rivian doesn't is a clip-in sunshade. Well, that is until now. We've got one from our friends at Vion, and in this video we're gonna take a look at that sunshade. We're gonna clip it into the roof here and see how it looks and feels. Now, for now, that sunshade is only available in a dark color, so if you've got the Black Mountain interior, it should match your dark headliner quite well. We've got the Ocean Coast, so we're going to be testing kind of fitment usage and kind of looks and feels with some sun, even though we know it's not going to be a perfect color match for what we've got going here. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So stick with us, and in the meantime, if you consider liking and subscribing, we very much appreciate it. So let's get started. And here's the back piece, and this is going to be a lot of rinse and repeat, which is we're going to unfold this. It'll kind of pop itself open. A little tricky to do one-handed, but we'll get it done. And that's it. So that's the side with the tab there. It's going to be the back edge, and it even says in there rear, if you can see that. Again, put the reflective side up, and we'll attach our clips again, two there, two on the far side there. Then we'll put our round clips here to join the front and back pieces, and that's it. So again, snapping the clips on is very straightforward. These U-channel clips, just make sure your flat side is facing up, and these really just pop on like that. It's not much to it. They just kind of fit over a metal rail, and you come under and tilt up. That's what I found works quite well, and it really just takes a couple of seconds per as we work our way around. It's the next one. Keep going here. Actually, this is the middle, so we didn't want to put this here. We wanted to put this on the outside. That's what happens if you're recording a video at the same time you're installing something for the first time. You kind of lose your sense of orientation. We got two more of these for this edge. Pop these suckers in. Two. And that's the back piece. So now we'll get this inside and pop it into the back and then take a look at the whole thing. Okay, so here we are inside. We got this, and we're gonna pop it up in, and off we go. We're gonna bend this a little bit, tuck the front clips there. We'll work on the driver's side. Reach over here to the passenger side. Pop, and done. That was it. It actually fits in really nice. I can kind of stretch the corners here to get better coverage. But let me step outside so you get a sense of what's fitting in here. You can see that fits in really tightly. The other comparison point I'm going to give you, and we can kind of pull this up to kind of get all the seams in once we get the back piece in. If you see how much light is kind of coming through the back glass there, and that's obviously without the electrochromatic coating set to on. And then we look over here in the front of the cabin, you can see the amount of light and heat that goes with that has been cut down substantially without making the interior feel dark. I think the light headliner here at the Ocean Coast helps a lot. And like I mentioned, if you've got the Black Mountain, these pieces will probably match pretty perfectly with your existing headliner. But that took us almost no time. So we'll go ahead and pop on the back one, and then we'll take a look at the whole thing and give you our impressions. And that's the back. I've got all the side clips. I didn't put in these U-channel clips at the middle that go here and here yet, but I can do those off camera when I'm done. But if you look around in the rear here, fitment is pretty tight. You don't really see much light leakage around the edges. If you look super closely, there's a little bit, but again, I just unpacked this and installed this. I imagine it's gonna stretch out a little bit over time, and I can certainly kind of reach up and in and tuck around a little tighter as I go. The other thing you always check is this kind of fitment at the center, and you can line these up where they fit up against each other very tightly. And you can see there's a teeny tiny bit of light sneaking through, and that's really only because I'm putting the camera lens directly on it. But when I get in the back seat here, if you're in the back seat, you're not seeing any light come through. It's that again, a tiny little bit there, and that's only if I shove the camera right into the crack. But in normal seating position, you're not going to see anything. This looks like to be a really good solution, particularly if you've got small children that are sitting in the back seats. Let's say kind of rear-facing car seats, and the Rivian doesn't have side sunshades at all. And obviously with the somewhat limited tinting here, I could also see driving around and just having this back panel in for the kids in the back, and maybe leaving the front one out, and have it be a little bit more of a sunroof type feel instead of this giant panel open. I also think in hot climates, with both of these in, you are going to be keeping a lot of light and heat out of the cabin. As I mentioned, even though I don't have the Black Mountain interior, I've got the Ocean Coast. I do like the way these fit and look. Now, if it was color matched, that would be even nicer. And the other thing I'd really like to see in a future version is coverage for this extra piece of glass over the third row. And what ends up being, you can see the dog crate there, that's kind of where we keep our dogs. So it'd be nice to have a sunshade there to give the doggies some protection from the sun and heat. Because I think if they had a shade along with the vents they've got back there, it would certainly keep them a lot more comfortable. So maybe in a future iteration, we'll suggest to our friends at Vion that might be something they want to consider. But the way this looks right now, I'd say that looks really, really nice. Let me pop back around to the front so you can see it from there again. And that's the front again with everything installed. So thanks to Vion. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of first look unboxing and installation. Not much of an installation process. It's actually super easy. And if you've ever, like I said, installed a Tesla sunshade or equivalent sunshade, you'll find this process to be very familiar and very easy to use. I do like the storage bag they've supplied, as well as the extra clips. So thanks to Vion, and if you consider liking and subscribing and joining our growing community, we'd very much appreciate it. Till then, thanks a lot, and we'll catch you on the next Rivian video.